Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a comic book that didn't just redefine Supergirl, it redefined what a superhero epic could be. I'm talking about Tom King and Bilquis Evely's 8-issue limited series, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. You might have heard the hype. You might know it's the direct inspiration for the next big screen Supergirl movie in James Gunn's new DC universe. But trust me, you need to know why this comic has been hailed as an instant classic. It's not your typical bright, sunny Superman family story. It's a space western, a grim fairy tale, and a profound character study, all wrapped up in some of the most stunning comic book art of the last decade. If you've ever wondered who Kara Zor-El is outside of her famous cousin's shadow, this is the book that finally gives you the answer. The story doesn't open on Earth or in the typical bustling city of Metropolis. It opens on a backwater planet orbiting a red sun, a star whose radiation strips a Kryptonian of their powers. And who do we find there? None other than Supergirl, Kara Zor-El, celebrating her 21st birthday by getting spectacularly drunk. She's tired, she's burdened, and she just wants to feel something other than the unending pressure of being Krypton's last survivor. Our narrator and the true catalyst of the story is a young alien girl named Ruthye Marie Knoll. Ruthie's voice is one of the most distinctive elements of the entire series. She narrates the tale in a formal, almost archaic style, like an old Western saga, reflecting the technologically primitive but deeply honorable world she comes from. Ruthie's world has been shattered. A criminal named Krem of the Yellow Hills murdered her father in cold blood. Holding the distinctive, valuable Kopi's blade the killer left behind, Ruthye travels to hire a warrior to help her hunt Krem down. She's seeking vengeance, pure and simple. Her search leads her directly to the disgraced, powerless Kara. Supergirl initially refuses. She tries to explain the difference between justice and revenge. But before she can return home, Krem attacks. He wounds Supergirl, and far worse, he severely injures Krypto the Superdog with a poisoned arrow before escaping in Kara's ship. The tables are turned. Supergirl's mission shifts from refusing an angry child to a desperate quest. She needs to find Krem not just for Ruthie's revenge, but for the antidote to save her beloved companion, and so begins a cosmic odyssey, a Kryptonian, a dog in critical condition, and a vengeful child, all chasing a killer across the vast, lawless, beautiful, and terrifying expanse of the galaxy. At its heart, Woman of Tomorrow is a profound exploration of Kara Zor-El's trauma and how it fundamentally sets her apart from Superman. Clark was sent to Earth as a baby. He lost his world, but he never knew it. He was raised by the Kents, surrounded by love and yellow sunlight. Kara, however, was 14 years old when Krypton exploded. As she bitterly puts it, "I was old enough to see it die. I was old enough to see the bodies." This comic reminds us that Kara didn't just escape a dead planet, she saw her parents die while trying to save her. She had a life, a culture, and a people that were violently ripped away. The weight of being the last true relic of Krypton is a crushing burden she carries every single day. When Ruthye, a girl who has also just lost her father and her entire way of life, says, "I lost my world," it strikes a chord so deep within Kara that she can't turn away. This shared trauma is the true glue of their bond. The quest itself challenges Supergirl's heroic principles. She is essentially acting as a space bounty hunter, driven by a personal agenda, saving Krypton that aligns with Ruthie's desire for vengeance. As they travel from one strange broken world to another, they witness the worst of the universe, a planet segregated by color, worlds destroyed by the brigands, and the silent, overwhelming sorrow of individual graves on a massacred world. Kara has her powers fluctuate depending on the suns they pass. When she's powerless, we see her sheer, unyielding Kryptonian resolve. She is still a warrior. When she regains her powers, she channels not the restrained strength of a hero, but the fury of a woman who has nothing left to lose. This book asks a difficult question. Can a hero truly understand the darkness if they haven't walked through it themselves? And what is the difference between the justice Supergirl upholds and the vengeance Ruthie craves? We cannot talk about this comic without dedicating significant time to the breathtaking art of Bilquis Evely and the colors of Matthias Lopes. Their collaboration elevates Woman of Tomorrow from a good story to a truly unforgettable work of art. Evely's style is fluid, kinetic, and deeply emotive. Her character work, especially the subtle shifts in Kara's expression, from hungover belligerence to steely determination to outright heart-wrenching sorrow, is magnificent. She draws Supergirl not as a demure sidekick, but as a powerfully built warrior. But where her work truly shines is in the cosmic vistas. Every new alien world feels genuinely alien and utterly unique. We see impossible architecture, strange planetary forms, and a universe that is both gorgeous and terrifying. The visual language of the book is that of a fantastical science fiction epic, far removed from the grounded primary colors of Earth. Matthias Lopes' coloring is the perfect complement. He doesn't just fill in the lines, he creates atmosphere. The red sun planet at the beginning is washed in oppressive pinks and reds. The cosmic hall fairy is drab and utilitarian, but when Supergirl takes a piece of red kryptonite to temporarily gain powers to fight a space dragon, yes, that happens. The pages explode with psychedelic flaming energy. This moment is a visual feast, perfectly capturing the bizarre high-stakes nature of their journey. The combination of Tom King's unique lyrical script, often packing densely worded captions alongside moments of silent, profound imagery, with Evely's art creates a rhythm unlike anything else in mainstream comics. It's an unforgettable, almost cinematic reading experience. The chase for Krem finally culminates in a brutal confrontation. Ruthye and Kara finally have Krem of the Yellow Hills cornered. They have the man who murdered Ruthie's father and poisoned Krypto. This is the moment of truth that the entire series has been building towards. Kara, having witnessed so much bloodshed and pain across the stars, is pushed to her limit. She confronts Krem with a raw physical intensity that few other comics have ever allowed her. The final choice of what to do with the killer rests not on Supergirl's shoulders, but on Ruthie's. Does Ruthye exact the vengeance she has been planning her whole life? Does she kill Krem with the very blade that killed her father? Or has the journey and the example set by the complicated, compassionate, yet deeply wounded hero Supergirl changed her? The ending of Woman of Tomorrow is powerful because it doesn't give a clean, easy answer. It focuses on the choice and the profound impact a true hero's example can have. Supergirl doesn't stop Ruthye through brute force. She stops her by showing her a different way. Not a better way in a moral sense, but a harder way, the one that truly breaks the cycle of violence. Kara Zor-El, the girl who saw her world die, proves that she will not let her past trauma define her future actions. She finally steps out of Superman's shadow not by doing what he would do, but by finding the strength to be a woman of tomorrow on her own terms. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is a triumph. It's a beautifully written and gorgeously illustrated story that uses the framework of a cosmic revenge tale to deliver one of the most resonant and human portrayals of Supergirl ever put to paper. It's a story about finding purpose when you've lost everything and about the immense power of setting a compassionate example in a cruel universe. It's no wonder that DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn chose this as the blueprint for the character's big screen debut. The movie has a clear, compelling direction. This will not be the naive, hopeful Supergirl of previous iterations. This will be the Supergirl who is a survivor, a traumatized refugee, and a fierce, sometimes reckless warrior forced to confront the moral ambiguity of her own incredible power. If you are a fan of Supergirl superhero comics, space opera, or just incredibly well-crafted graphic novels, this one is an absolute must read. It's a complete 8-issue epic that can be picked up as a single beautiful collection. So that's our deep dive into the comic masterpiece, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you read the comic? What was your favorite scene? Are you excited about the movie adaptation? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this analysis, hit that like button, subscribe for more comic book breakdowns, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next video.